Hi everyone, it's Abby Robinson, your Timberlane Student School Board representative, excited to be bringing you the latest update from across our district. Starting strong with the high school, the Youth Grist Behavioral Survey was administered last week to all students during Block 2, with the test taking around 40 minutes. Spring sports are starting up, with many scrimmages and first matches happening in the weeks to come. The tennis court's grand opening will be happening on Friday, with the girls' tennis battling it out against Hollis Brookline at 4 p.m. on the brand new courts. We will be having a ribbon cutting ceremony along with food and drink as we celebrate one of the first matches of the season. Paying for College Night was this past Tuesday, where senior parents gathered in the PAC for an insightful presentation on the financial plan for college and life after high school for their students. The annual World's Fair took place on the early release day this past Wednesday, also at the high school. This was where members of Rho Kappa Historical Honor Society presented their choice on empires to students and staff throughout the day in the library. Juniors completed their SAT testing last Thursday during school, with the Science State testing also being held last Friday. The third annual Spring Craft Fair was held on Saturday, April 5th, sponsored by the class of 2026. They had a full, sold-out cafeteria of vendors and a variety of amazing crafts and offerings, including Happy Coffee by Chris Tardif, henna art, pastries, amazing crafts, raffles, and more. It was an amazing way to involve the community with a very large crowd. The Student Council is also holding a clothing drive this week for the spring and summer months, where students are encouraged to bring in bags of clothes for community members in need. Finally, at the high school, the spring musical for Anastasia is fast approaching at the high school, with tickets on sale and the show starting on April 10th, leading into the 12th. At the middle school students are enjoying some step aerobics in PE class, working up a sweat and building lifelong healthy habits. TRMS staff and students participated in the third annual Read-A-Palooza, where they enjoyed snacks while discussing books they read over the past couple of months. Another great co-ed volleyball season has come to an end, where over 30 students joined and had a lot of fun. Middle school staff and students rocked their socks in support of World Down Syndrome Day on Friday, March 21st, and 29 students built, decorated, and launched their whatchamacallit rockets at the culmination of their Rocket Club last week. Celebrity chef Bobby the Butcher Marcotte from Tuckaway Tavern was the lead judge at the first New Hampshire Middle School cooking competition hosted at TRMS. As a special guest, he was able to see the Tigers' victory as they won first place with their barbecued fried chicken and savory waffle sandwich. At Atkinson Academy, the Atkinson Academy lip sync for spring of 2025 was a great success, and I can even say I attended and loved and enjoyed all of the performances. For the second and third grade first act, we had amazing placings, and the fourth and fifth grade second acts, we saw a tie between second place. Shout out to all of the performance and the hard work that went on behind the scenes at Atkinson to make this event happen. The Sea Science Center from Manchester visited first grade classrooms on Friday, April 4th. The program is in line with the Grade 1 unit on the understanding of 2D and 3D shapes. Meanwhile, also at Atkinson, the Tiger Leadership Group will visit the Academy for a whole school assembly on April 16th. The program is called True Blue You and is a musical production which focuses on the importance of being true to yourself and knowing what is right and making sure that you're true in everyone's hearts. The production attempts to unpack some of the important concepts through theater, music, dance, and to teach children to care about themselves and others. Preschool and pre-K Parent Information Night will also be held on the 16th. Meanwhile, at the Danville School, the 5th and 7th grade band concert held on March 26th was an excellent performance by all. A special thanks to Danville music teachers for getting the students from multiple buildings ready to perform on the same stage together for the very first time. Also, a special thank you to Ms. Bartlett from Sandown North for conducting in a special T-Rex suit. It was a memorable event that students will appreciate. And for a little fast forward, Danville 5th grade students will be taking the NHSAS science testing next week on April 9th. Sandown North's Sandown American Heart Association fundraiser has officially ended. They raised a total of $3,720 toward this important cause. A special thank you to all of the staff and families who participated. Girls on the Run began last week also at Sandown with a total of 24 girls participating. Thank you to Sandown's coaches, Ms. Gerzak, Ms. Albright, Ms. Chaput, and Ms. Yankowskis for volunteering their time to run this important program for their students. The PTA was excited to host their Paint with the PTA event this past Saturday, April 5th. And meanwhile, 4th graders are looking forward to their State House trip this Thursday. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode, and stay tuned.